Now on CoastTV News.
Remembering those who are no longer with us. A candlelight vigil to remember those killed by gun violence.
A place for women to get out of the cold. Rehoboth Beach has opened a new homeless shelter as temperatures drop.
Impeachment query, a party line vote seen as a win by Republicans, is missing one key thing, according to Democrats.
Maryland's initial business licensing round for new cannabis growers, processors, and dispensaries closes. What happens next as the applications are reviewed?
Brace yourself for a rather uncomfortable start to the day for Thursday morning. I'm going to show you why in a moment, and you're already feeling it as we speak.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Lighting candles for those lost too soon. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with a vigil honoring those killed by gun violence.
A local group advocating for gun safety and neighbors came together to remember people killed by guns.
CoastTV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us why this issue means so much to so many.
Speaking to a crowd is something Carol Saris doesn't stray away from. She's speaking at a candlelight vigil for those killed by gun violence.
I'm also a mother, a grandmother. I have kids and grandkids in the high school level in Wilmington.
A vigil that comes on the eve of the anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting. As a teacher of 30 years, that fateful day hit close to home.
I just couldn't believe. I thought it was a one-time incident and that, it was a terrible event. But I could see after that occurred that the incidents of gun violence, whether it was a church or a supermarket or a school or a college, they didn't stop, they increased.
She's also involved in the Beach chapter of Moms Demand Action, a group advocating for gun safety. Vicki Gordy-Smith, who is the pastor at Epworth United Methodist Church, says gun safety isn't a political issue.
I feel like it's a human issue because none of us want people to be killed by guns. And so we might have different ways of approaching it, but I think if we can have a conversation at least, we can find ways that we agree on.
Gordy-Smith says gun violence is a problem nationwide, and Sarah says it's also a big issue here in Delaware.
Moms Demand Action in every town for gun safety did the statistics for Delaware. For the last 10 years, we were rated the 5th worst in the country based on our population per capita, incidents per capita. So we have a lot of work to do.
Every candle burning at the vigil was a light in memory of the lives lost. Those gathered at this vigil hope for a better tomorrow, but how we get there is still unclear. While there were a couple of teary eyes tonight during this vigil, there was a sentiment of hope from the people there, saying that things can get better one day. I'm Charles Reinert in Rehoboth Beach, CoastTV News.
Tomorrow marks 11 years since the mass shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. After murdering his mother, Adam Lanza, who was 20 at the time, shot and killed 20 Sandy Hook Elementary School students and 6 teachers. It was one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history.
Nationwide, according to the state of Delaware, as of April 4th, 74 people have been killed or hurt by guns in schools in 13 separate school shootings. The state says school shootings hit a record high in 2022 with 46 shootings, surpassing 2021's record of 42 shootings. In 2022, over 43,000 children experienced school shootings.
These national statistics are part of what inspired House Bill 201 in Delaware, which was signed into law in August of this year. The bill aims to enable a police officer to act immediately when they see or suspect a person with a gun in a safe school and recreation zone. Under the bill, possession of a gun in a safe school and recreation zone where students are present is a felony, which means a person could face up to 5 years in prison if they bring a gun to school.
And this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what is the most effective way to address gun violence? It's a big question. Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening.
Look at the screen here. Here are the answers people are saying so far. 54% for mental health support. That was in the lead earlier tonight as well. 32%, this one's gone up. That's for stricter laws. Just 1% for community programs still, and 13% say education.
Now, if you haven't voted yet, you still can. Go to coasttvnews.com or use our Coast TV mobile app, and we will have the updated results online.
Taking a live look outside now to check on the weather. This is West Ocean City. You can see the water moving along in a very cool breeze this evening. You're going to want to bundle up if you're heading outdoors. Our chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, joins us now with a look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. And we have a good deal of chill, cold in the atmosphere at this present time, and it's staying that way. And also we have a little extra cheddar to put on top of this pizza, so to speak. Now we're concerned about a first alert day, which actually will kick off on Monday. We'll get into all that coming up in our full forecast. But for right now, let's talk about how cold it is. It's going to be, rather. It's going to feel like 23 degrees, according to our latest model run for tomorrow morning. So that's what we face for Thursday morning. Friday morning, it's going to feel like 26 to 25 in Georgetown, 27 in Seaford. Then on Saturday morning, it's going to feel like 32. So we have 3 consecutive days of really cold weather that we have to be concerned with. Hence, that's why the folks that are going to be needing to get refuge from the cold, that's going to be a vital, important thing. Now, after we deal with this cold, we have some storms to deal with. We'll elaborate on that coming up in a few moments. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
Breaking news tonight, the House has voted to formally authorize an impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
House Republicans are investigating whether the president and his son Hunter engaged in an influence peddling scheme, but have not provided evidence to support that claim.
Also today, Hunter Biden was on Capitol Hill saying he is willing to testify before a House committee in public. But as Alice Barr reports, he will not testify in the closed-door deposition that Republicans are demanding.
House Republicans making it official tonight, formally authorizing an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. All Democrats voted against the measure. All Republicans voted for it.
The resolution is adopted.
I think that sent a message loud and clear to the White House. We expect you to comply with our information requests and our subpoenas.
The investigation has been underway for months, centered on so far unproven allegations that the president used political influence to enrich his son, Hunter Biden. GOP members have yet to offer proof directly tying President Biden to his son's business dealings.
This is more like a what is it? Not a whodunit. We don't know what the crime is.
House Republicans argue that a formal impeachment inquiry will strengthen their access to more documents and testimony.
We now think this helps us get the witnesses, the key witnesses that we want.
In a statement, President Biden slammed House Republicans for leaving for the holidays without passing a pressing national security package, saying, quote, instead of doing their job on the urgent work that needs to be done, they are choosing to waste time on this baseless political stunt that even Republicans in Congress admit is not supported by facts. The vote comes the same day Hunter Biden defied a House subpoena for a closed-door deposition. He came to Capitol Hill offering again to testify publicly.
I'm here today to make sure that the House committee's illegitimate investigations of my family do not proceed on distortions, manipulated evidence, and lies.
House Republicans say they'll move to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress.
Mr. President, should your son have defied the subpoena?
President Biden has firmly denied wrongdoing while standing by his son. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The impeachment investigation comes as President Biden faces an already tough 2024 re-election bid with a lagging poll numbers and a crisis around the world.
A crash in the parking lot of Sussex Technical High School is under investigation. Delaware State Police confirmed to CoastTV News that emergency activity off County Seat Highway at the high school was due to a collision. According to the Pulse Point app, the call came in around 8:30 tonight. We will provide updates as they become available. The first ever women's homeless shelter in Rehoboth Beach is now open for the colder months. The addition to the Lutheran Church of Our Savior comes after much concern for the growing homeless population in the area. The shelter is an extension of Code Purple with the help of St. Jude's in Lewis. Supplies as well as a cot will be provided to women who come in. Homeless in the area say this will help them get back on their feet.
It actually helped me to stay warm instead of freeze every night. Just to be able to get somewhere where I can stay in a bed.
The church is looking for more volunteers to help host overnight stays and checking in guests.
New at 11, the initial business licensing round for new cannabis growers, processors, and dispensaries is now closed. The Maryland Cannabis Administration says more than 1,700 applications were submitted. According to the administration, this was a first-in-the-nation application round that was exclusively open to qualifying social equity applicants. Applicants include micro dispensaries, micro growers, and micro processors. The Maryland Cannabis Administration says it is now reviewing and may award up to 179 licenses in this round. Those who meet the minimum requirements will be placed into a lottery based on their region or county and depending on the type of license.
A detour is in place for drivers once again on Route 90 in Maryland for road work. Tomorrow, westbound traffic will be detoured to southbound Route 113 to westbound to Route 50 in Berlin. The detour aims to facilitate paving work on the Route 90 ramp onto Route 50 westbound. The detour will be lifted by 1:30 p.m.
Ellendale is now looking for candidates for 3 town council seats. Tomorrow is the last day to file for candidacy for the municipal election. Eligible candidates need to file a certificate of intention to the Secretary of the Council no later than 5 p.m. Town council terms are 2 years. The election is being held on January 6th.
Some of the best attractions, organizations, and people on the coast have been crowned. The 2023 Southern Delaware Tourism Awards were given out at an annual luncheon today. The best new event went to Rehoboth Beach Main Street for their Margarita Crawl. I really wish I made it to that one. The Horseshoe Crab and Shorebird Festival here in Milton won best event overall. The Jolly Trolley was named best attraction. Philanthropic Award category winner was the Bethany Fenwick Area Chamber of Commerce. The Tourism Legacy Award went to Marie Mayer, an owner of Lavender Fields at Warrington Manor, LLC. Now make sure to pull out your phones and scan our QR code for the First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need. You will see the QR code a little later again with Paul.
We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Still to come, the price of parking, the coastal town that is hosting a meeting this week to look at raising rates.
The spring-like warmth we'd recently had is truly now a thing in the past. Get ready for a very chilly situation in our immediate future.
Next, hey, even police have interns. What makes this program special and what one Cape Henlopen senior is hoping to get out of it. We're going to be back in just 60 seconds.
Not happy with your utility bill? Help save energy by replacing your outdated, inefficient windows. At Spicer Brothers, we install new replacement windows and new construction series windows, built for extreme weather and high energy efficiency. And quality installation is just as important as the window itself.
And you can have peace of mind on your new windows with the Spicer Brothers Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
And right now, buy 2 windows and get 1 free. Plus, no interest and no payments for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Saturday only for 9 big hours. It's Johnny Janosik's Beat the Clock sale. The earlier you shop, the more you save. Saturday only. Shop 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and get 20% off our everyday low prices, plus an extra 5% off. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., you'll get 15% off. Or after 5 p.m., get 10% off. Shop Delmarva's guaranteed lowest prices, and the earlier you shop, the more you save. Saturday only, starting at 10 a.m. and only at Johnny Janosik.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A Cape Henlopen High School senior is getting a head start on his law enforcement career. Benjamin Clifton is currently the Rehoboth Beach Police Department intern. For 2 or 3 hours a week, Clifton shadows an officer and learns different law enforcement tasks like running a radar, setting in on a ride-along, and searching through evidence and more. This is the 10th department running the program, and Clifton says he is grateful for the internship because it helped him realize he wants to pursue a job in law enforcement.
No, I was really undecided all of last year. Had no idea what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted something not strictly on the desk all day, and something really that I wake up every day excited for.
Lieutenant Sullivan tells CoastTV News he will soon take Clifton to other police departments, both local and state, to get an even better understanding of law enforcement.
The commissioners in Rehoboth Beach are meeting this Friday to discuss parking topics initially presented during the Parking Department's end of summer report for 2023. During the meeting, commissioners are planning to discuss adjusting the parking citation timeframe appeal from 30 days to 7 days, decreasing the citation amount for angle and perpendicular parking, increasing the citation amount for parallel parking, and authorizing a one-time adjustment to the citation amount for certain violations of overtime parking.
And the City of Rehoboth has more topics on Friday's agenda. Commissioners will consider awarding a contract to replace a well. They could also adopt a resolution to amend existing license agreements for outdoor dining areas and public spaces. The meeting starts at 2 p.m.
The Delaware Association for Environmental Education gears up for its 15th annual conference. It's themed Nature Access for All, and it's on February 24th. The conference aims to boost environmental literacy, offering networking, hands-on experiences, and community education. The organization also invites experts to submit presentation proposals due on December 29th, along with inviting people to submit nominations for their work in environmental education. Nominations must be submitted online by January 5th.
Well, as we get started for this evening, want to remind you, please be sure to take out your phone, put it on camera, scan the QR code that's right there in the corner of your screen so that you can keep up with how the weather is changing so rapidly around your neighborhood. We're watching out for cold weather for the next couple of days, and then there's a first alert day that's now on the books we've got to watch out for as well. So we keep you updated personally if you have that app. That's what we're saying, and it's free, by the way, absolutely free. Our dry tech camera. Temperature is 42 degrees for us actually in Ocean City, and we're expecting for the temperatures to settle into the low 30s by the time we get into tomorrow morning, but it's going to feel like the 20s for the next 2 to 3 mornings in a row. Small craft advisories active for us along the coast from Lewis down to Ocean View, from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague, bracing for about 25-mile-per-hour winds. I know you've heard me say it before, but this time around it's a little different because we have the winds coming out of the northwest with the cold, and that combination is going to make for a very uncomfortable morning if you're not properly dressed. Here's where the temperatures are right now as we speak. We're at 36 in Selbyville, 34 in Del Mar, and in Seaford. It's 30 degrees in Redden right now. But what does it feel like? Well, pretty close to the same thing because the winds haven't really become so active right now. Tomorrow morning, that will not be the case. Tomorrow morning, as my grandmama used to say, these winds are going to act a fool. You understand what I'm saying? Coming out of the northwest and really becoming uncomfortable. I mean, these are the wind gusts from earlier today out of the northwest. We're looking at 10, maybe 20 mile per hour wind briefly. Tomorrow, this is going to be a steady thing. So that's what I mean by quoting my grandmother. By the way, she would also tell me, and I'm going to pass it along to you, boy, you better be sure you grab your coat for tomorrow morning. Or girl, you better be sure you grab your coat for tomorrow morning because it's going to be that kind of cold for you with a high of 45 degrees if we're lucky. And you know what? You're actually going to need your sunglasses as well. It's going to be bright sunshine and cold as all get out. 32 to start it off. But look at these winds pouring out of the north. That's a hint. Then by Thursday afternoon, 41 degrees, just about peak out there. Friday, we start off at 32, near freezing. But by Friday, we warm just a skosh more, getting up to about 50 degrees, making it a little bit better. For the wind chill factor, look, 23 for tomorrow morning, okay? 25 for Friday morning, and we're going to be at 30 for like Saturday morning. So we're in that same vein. Now we want to talk about the first alert day. I just recently updated this for tonight. So we're issuing tonight and it'll be all tomorrow. Sunday, we're going to have rain that's going to come through. This is the center of that low pressure system. We're going to look at this Monday early in the morning, and we're going to see this really come into fruition for us on Monday, going to Monday afternoon. So let's be mindful of that. So here we go. Cold on tomorrow. But listen, this is our newly issued first alert day on Monday. Watching out for gusty winds and over an inch of rain.
Thank you, Paul. Still to come, Milton's Merry Melodies, the local theater that wants to bring joy to your ears this giving season.
And next, winter coats for kids, where you can go if your little one needs something to protect them from the cold.
For family trips, adventures with friends, or just getting your first car, the Car Store is ready to help you upgrade your relationship with the open road. A great selection to choose from, price to move, and backed by the Car Store Certified Advantage. TheCarStoreOnline.com.
Discover your future with Sussex Tech Adult Education. We offer registered apprenticeship and health profession programs and much more, which will prepare you for everything you need to succeed in your new career, providing hands-on experience with classes taught by professionals from every technology industry. Sussex Tech will assist our graduates in finding their new career opportunity. To learn more about how you can earn your professional credentials that can change your life, check out Sussex Tech Adult Education online.
Your future is waiting for you at Sussex Tech Adult Education.
This is like our forever home. This was the last piece of the puzzle. Pinnacle concrete coating actually showed me this particular floor here, which is tidal wave. I was told, I'm done. I'm good. Just let's start. When it was done, I probably sat out there for 20 minutes and just staring at the product before I went back into the house. This is not a garage. This is an extension of my home. I'm just thrilled to death with this floor. We get a discount for being a veteran. It made you real warm and fuzzy knowing that you're dealing with somebody like that. You know, I'm just impressed with what they did. It was awesome.
It hardly ever snows in our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are, especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
When it comes to trucks, the truck store has just about everything. Work vans, SUVs, and trucks. Lots of trucks. So get to the truck store now in Del Mar and Dover. Do more, play more, get more. MyTruckStoreOnline.com.
The Laurel Public Library is looking to make a difference with their Winter Coats for Kids program. If you have a child in need, bring them to the Laurel Library from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays to try on the coats that are on hand. With the weather dipping low, this would be the time to take advantage if somebody you know needs one.
The Milton Theater is getting into the holiday spirit this year with Milton's Merry Melodies, a hometown holiday cabaret. It's scheduled for December 23rd, and local performers will be on stage starting at 8 p.m. with a mix of classic holiday songs and a few of what they call modern interpretations. The event promises a magical evening filled with warmth, nostalgia, and the joyous sounds of the season.
The Dow Jones reached a record high Wednesday as Wall Street investors celebrated the Federal Reserve putting a pause on hiking interest rates. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ also posted strong gains after the central bank announced it would hold steady after 2 years of aggressive rate hikes. Wednesday's stock surge sent the Dow year-to-date gains to about 12%, while the S&P just 2% shy from its record high, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite has soared, how about this, more than 51% this year.
High school students are not using ChatGPT to cheat, despite initial fears they would do so. A new study from researchers at Stanford reveals the percentage of high school students who cheat remains statistically unchanged. That's compared to previous years without ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence tool. The university conducted the anonymous survey among students at 4 U.S. high schools. It found about 60 to 70% of students have engaged in cheating behavior in the last month, a number that is the same or even decreased slightly since the debut of ChatGPT.
Coming up in sports, Sussex Central and Polytech battling for their first Henlopen win of the season. Highlights are next.
Next, White Creek dredging, when the project is going to actually start after a lengthy delay process.
We salute Burl Pettyjohn Jr., a World War II veteran. Burl dedicated his service as a maintenance engineer stationed in Burma, India in the early 1940s. His contributions were vital in supporting military operations during a pivotal time in history.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Life is a commitment, a beautiful journey that teaches us all that just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. You've got a heart that needs a hand. We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You want your life back? We've got your back, and your hips, and your knees. You're facing a monster? We've got heroes. Life gets off to a rough start? We've got this, and this, and this. You have fear? We have hope. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more. More ways to help, more ways to provide hope, more ways to prove our commitment to you. And that commitment, well, it runs deep.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandma.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
DenRec announced this week that 2 long-awaited dredging projects in Sussex County will begin at the start of the new year. Meteorologist Alex Seymour breaks down the project timeline and what it means for boaters.
As the owner of the Ocean View Marina, Tom Fowler relies on White Creek and the Assawoman Canal near Bethany Beach for business. Dredging had not been done along the White Creek in over 20 years and on the Assawoman Canal in nearly a decade. Now, after being delayed due to environmental concerns, it's finally happening.
I'm glad to see it, and I think everybody in the area is. And folks down in South Bethany and Fenwick, they'll be able to come through, Ocean City even, be able to come through fairly easy with the canal's dredge.
Ocean View Marina is located directly on the Assawoman Canal, just a short distance away from White Creek. The low water conditions caused by sediment buildup on White Creek and the Assawoman Canal was hurting business.
A lot of folks on White Creek, they won't come up to the marina to get gas at low tide, just because it's just a little too shallow. High tide they'll come, but at low tide so that means there's times where during the week low tide's right in the middle of the day and nobody's going to come. So this will help.
Dredging of the Assawoman Canal and White Creek is anticipated to be complete by late winter or early spring. I'm meteorologist Alex Seymour in Ocean View, Coast TV News.
According to Delaware, an area 60 feet wide and over 12,000 feet long is to be dredged for White Creek. That's from the mouth of the creek at the Indian River Bay to where the main channel splits into 2 prongs near Betts Avenue in Ocean View. The eastern prong of White Creek was dredged over 2,000 feet last spring before the project paused. During the pause, the western prong was dredged over 4,000 linear feet before the environmental window closed on the project in 2023.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. In our game of the night, a showdown in wrestling. Polytech facing Sussex Central in the first Henlopen match of the season for both teams. Sussex Central earning 5 pins tonight. A close match in weight class 138. Central's Talon Savage defeats Polytech's Tyler Rosen 14-9. For the Panthers, Israel Russell collected a 10-7 victory in 165 weight class, and Dion Alston gets a pin in 220. But Sussex Central Wrestling wins it overall 64-9. To Bayside boys basketball, Parkside facing Bennett, picking it up with a little over 30 to go in the game. Parkside up 67-65. Bennett's Jace Hudson gets the offensive board, and we're tied up at 67. 5 seconds left. Rams with a shot to win it in regulation. Brown starting it off, rushing it up the floor, dishes it over to Peyton Cropper for the win, and it's just short. Good stop from the Clippers, and we are heading to OT. Less than a minute in, loose ball scooped up by Parkside. Bennett converges on the ball, leaving Byer open in the corner, lines up a triple from the corner, and he buries it. Rams up 5. 2 minutes later now, Clippers rallying with the score tied as Hudson sprints up the floor, drives with the Euro, and oh so smooth, that puts Bennett up by 2. Rams wasting no time though, quickly passing it up the floor, gets a good look at another three, and it's too long. Clippers going to the line. 6 seconds left, Bennett still up 2. Last chance for Parkside as Brown speeds to the rim, looking to go coast to coast, up and under, and it's off. JMB wins it 79-77. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night, everyone.
Don't forget to tune into Coast TV News for Sunday Night Football. It's the Baltimore Ravens, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Then we're going to have your hyper-local broadcast after the game. We love decorating for the holidays and seeing your homes. Take a look at your screen. We got a great holiday house from Chris and Susan Lingerfielder of Georgetown. They say that they got their tree from Parsons Market in Dagsboro. Thank you for sharing your amazing Christmas tree. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse. And the Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing already. We have collected $206,000. That helps provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardship for many more people, and the need for help will be even larger. Here's a look at some people who have already helped.
Joy to the world. We've got another Christmas card to read. That's what it says on the front. This one is from Marty and Eleanor of Bethany Beach. Thank you so much for donating to our Bless Our Children campaign. We're going to make sure that all the kids on Delmarva have presents on Christmas thanks to your help. If you would like to donate, go to blessourchildren.org.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright.
Now, get 2.9% for 72 months plus no payments for 90 days on Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
The new upscale OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro is the place to go for fresh, hand-selected ingredients used to create the most delicious Asian delicacies. Come dine in, have a drink, and let our skilled chefs prepare your authentic Thai, Chinese, and Japanese dishes. At OC Chopsticks, we take what was good and make it better. Sushi rolls, noodle soups, General Tso's chicken, you see where we're going. Anything made fresh is better. Serving lunch and dinner daily, located at the Ocean City Outlets. OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro, we stay fresh.
Coastal Delmarva has so much going on.
Food, friends, fun, and more.
Why don't we just show you?
Coast Life, weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
Oh, you can do that for me?
Stop hogging the new bathroom!
I'm on the phone!
Who are you on the phone with?
Alex from Peninsula Bath.
What are you wearing, Alex from Peninsula Bath?
Khakis. And with that second bathroom, we'll give you an additional 10% off.
Mercy! That's a great deal, Alex from Peninsula Bath.
Call now to lock in your 10% discount off your second bath remodel.
Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
Let's dance the night away.
Jolly Good Show!
It's always a party atmosphere at Wheel.
Thursday at 7 on Coast TV.
Quick look at your 10-day forecast. Remember, a first alert day on Monday.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for watching at home, for joining us here on Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.